Hello Crusaders, welcome back to our series. And in this episode, I think we need to do a lot of raiding so we can get living legend. So we need like 6,500 fame, and we need 2,000 prestige to be able to elevate the Kingdom of Men in the Isles. So we did a lot of raiding already in the series, so I guess it's better if I do that by myself, and I will bring you guys back if something interesting happens, like a big battle or something like that. I think Haesteinn Jr. needs to release his anger after all the deaths in the last episode. He's probably not in a very good place right now, because it was brutal. So I see you guys in a bit. So I had to bring you guys back sooner than later. And look what our spy master just found. While performing his duties as my spy master, Hrafn, maybe, has uncovered a secret held by my friend Valdemar. He schemed from the shadows to have High Chiefess Miroslava murdered. And that was our wife, the wife number 2. So if you remember the last episode, we thought it was Valdemar and he said he didn't do it. So it seems that it was him after all. But we'll have to deal with that after the raiding. So we got ourselves in a small battle here. And I will bring you guys back if something else happens. And we are back. We are discovering all the secrets. While performing his duties, our spy master uncovered a secret held by my champion Ivar. Ivar killed our soulmate wife, the one that gave birth to all our children. So perhaps it wasn't Valdemar after all, and was Ivar. Valdemar killed our second wife. So we will have to deal with that. But I will keep raiding and my spy master will keep working. And it is confirmed. Ivar killed Stirkar. If I remember properly, he was the first victim of the quote-unquote serial killer. So Ivar will have his punishment when we get back. And we are back, guys, with the first personality trait from Magnus, our second oldest son. And he can be cynical, just, or temperate. We don't have any of this. Our first wife was just, so maybe we should go with that. Although we are gonna have a mental break. Let's try to avoid that. Oh, I don't think we can. And as we return from the last raid, my spy master discovered that someone is trying to kill me. That's most definitely not good. So let's disband our troops and figure it out. We have one rival, so Maybe we should try to kill her, but the chances are minimum. Let's start the scheme. And we are really stressed out, so I think I need to mark all of those. And let's see, we have 105, so let's call a hunt. And while we do the hunt, our men will go out and raid a little bit more. Right now we still need almost 5,000 fame. And we also need to figure out what we are gonna do with our succession, because Bjorn is not good enough to keep our lands together, so we probably gonna go with Magnus if he doesn't turn out terrible. And we can't be our dynasty head because we are disinherited, so we need to find a way out of this problem. And we barely left the coast for raiding, and Bjorn got his third and last personality trait, and he can be just or he can be temperate. So we already have Magnus with just, so this time let's go with temperate. And our vessel is part of the scheme against us. She's probably one of the people trying to kill us. We will throw her in jail. So I would say we need to do a claim here. Gonna take a while, so we might be able to revoke her title without tyranny. Let's hope she does not escape our jail. And well, since we are here, let's wait and raid the Pope. But at the moment our court is pretty much on fire. Our spy master is no longer looking for secret, he is disrupting schemes. And he was able to figure out who was this woman. And luckily the scheme will be over. Okay, we are about to fight the Pope. Let's go to the mountains. And we got a perk. Let's get the strategist. And now you move to medicine, try to live a bit longer until we can elevate our kingdom and also fix up our succession, because it's not looking that great at the moment. So let's check this battle. Our ally is calling us. He's fighting like 2,500 troops. He has 2,900 troops. Should be enough. We cannot decline and lose a bunch of fame, so we will accept. Let's check the battle. You have a huge advantage in the mountains, and with us being such a good commander, they stand no chance. So let's keep raiding. Let's raid all this area. And we got an event to get a lockpick. It's gonna increase our intrigue by 1, hostile scheme power, and hostile scheme resistance by 3% each. But you need to spend 50 prestige. I think that's fair. Let's equip our new item. And raiding, I think it was in Andalusia, we got this nice hammer. Yeah, it was there. So let's equip it. And keep raiding. Now let's get slaves as usual to increase the development of our capital. And we got caught trying to fabricate a claim, so we will lose 10 opinion with all of our vessels, but it should be okay. I don't see the Pope army coming back. Maybe if we go for his capital, they will try to defend the old man. Although he's not that old. But we will raid everything here. Unless... oh, we're not full? Why I cannot raid? And now we are raiding. So I'm gonna keep raiding and I'll bring you guys back if something interesting happens. And it just did, guys. Magnus, he's not gonna be good. He can be shy, impatient, or gluttonous. All the options are bad. Maybe you should invest in Kolbjorn. Bjorn no longer need our education. He can be educated by somebody else. Okay, wait a second. Let's get Kolbjorn, so we can educate him on his personality traits. And we probably have someone for Bjorn and all. Yeah, can be her. Lovely. And Magnus, I think impatient is quote unquote the best choice we can get. But it's gonna be another mental breakdown And let's see what we got. We can go for a ride. And I will bring you guys back. I didn't even finish my line, and there we go. Kolbjorn. He can be forgiving, wrathful, or fickle. Forgiven it's a sin for our faith, so that's out of the line. So he'll be wrathful. And when we get back, we lost one of our counselors. It's the Chancellor, and we don't have anyone really good to put here. So let's try our friend Toasty. Maybe he can do a good job. Let's hope he does. So if we check our fame, we need 2800 fame. So I think a couple more raids and we should be good to go. But we cannot raid because we are in a war trying to help the Sweden. Their forces are not that large, so let's send some men and try to help them out. And Chiefess Auslog, perhaps. I know I butchered that. She wants to our son Ger to go to her court. Okay, we will accept and let's hope he won't die. And Magnus is getting close to get his last personality trait, then we will educate Gar ourselves, I mean, sorry. Let's do the siege, and Bjorn became an adult, but he's not very good. He got a really good education, he has 15 learning, but the rest of his stats are really bad. Trusting is bad, arrogant is kinda bad, only temperate's good. But let's see what's gonna happen. Perhaps we should allow him to be a knight. And since we are checking the knights, let's recruit what we can. Maybe being a knight he will prove himself that he deserves to be leading our family when we depart from this world. And we lost Valdemar. He died of old age. Now his son took over, but his son, he's wounded, aggravated wounded. I hope he can make it. Sadly, he's too old to actually give him a guardian that will improve something. And Valdemar will be missed. He also left a very young kid. That's pretty sad. Let's get a new marshal. It's gonna be the former peasant leader, now really good marshal, really good fighter. He's berserker, robust. So maybe we should try to find him a wife. And we just did it. And let's appoint him. And let's check the last personality trait for Magnus. He can be greedy, gregarious, or lustful. So let's pick gregarious, try to maybe having more friends, he'll stop being patient. Because he got impatient doing a bad experience in a feast. So now apparently he likes feasts now. So it makes sense that he will try to make friends. And with that we can give him back to our court tutor. And we can soon get Ger on our care. Let's keep besieging here. Our supplies are good. And for whatever reason this kid became our rival, but he died. Oh, he became our rival because he was in our dungeon. So yeah, good. Our stress is still pretty high. Maybe we can do something about it. Maybe we can go for a run. Oh, when you got a stress event here, it's sometimes hard to find the motivation to remain consistent when exercising by myself. I could try to find myself a partner who then would not only motivate me on bad days, but would also be someone that I can compare myself to when tracking my own progress. What kind of companion would suit me the most? Someone I can look up to, someone to keep me on my toes, or perhaps someone I know I should never aspire to be. So it could be our steward, can be this champion that I don't think we know him very well. He's probably kind of new to our court. Or can be the disgraceful dude that we need to kill him before he dies. So I think it's gonna be Arnbjorn. Wow, look at his prowess. Jesus. Oh, this is never gonna work. So we need more time. And there we go. The second event for Kolbjorn. He can be trusting, content, or fickle. I think content is a sin. Let me check it out. No, it's not. Increase learning. Fickle is not that great. Increase diplomacy and intrigue but reduces stewardship. And trusting is good for his diplomacy. But the stress is not gonna be good for us. Let's go with fickle, because we already have a son with trusting. So I feel we could try something different and maybe one of them becomes really good. Who knows? We got our first perk on the learning. Let's get this one. And we have good news and bad news. It's pretty close for Garrett to be able to be educated by us, but I don't think we should do it. We are dying with all the stress. So we will leave him to our core tutor. Maybe she does a better job than us. And we cannot invite anyone. This is never gonna happen. I'm gonna just let it go. Now we're gonna end around the same time, so I will fight them. So we should go back to command our troops. And we got them. But we lost Toasty. And we captured the guy who killed Toasty. Gonna recruit him. He's a berserker. Has okay stats. He's not the best fighter in the world, but you will have to do it. And we can make our brother-in-law our chancellor. Then we need to find a spy master. Frothy looks like a good option. So let's keep fighting our enemies here. Oh, they are about to lose their capital, but we got 100%. Okay, you can fix my hammer. Okay, you can disband our troops. And we can go back home and leave for more raiding. And we were raiding Asturias here, and we got ambushed by the King Ordoño forces. So it's gonna be a tough battle here. We are outnumbered. Luckily, we lost the disembarkment penalty. And our son got wounded. And we are about to fight the Asturias forces again, but our vessel that was trying to assist in the murder scheme against us, she escaped the prison. And someone is trying to kill our brother-in-law. That's not good. And here comes the battle. We have our ransom, and let's check the battle. We lost one champion. Let's see how our son did in the battle. He's not very good, but he's trying to prove himself. And we are allow him to command our troops during the raids, but not in the battles. I don't think he's experienced enough to lead the troops such against tough opponents. And we are about to fight again against the Asturians. Oh, Arnbjorn just opened the skull of some dude and we completely wiped them out. Let's check our son. Here he is, 19 kills. And during our raid, Kolbjorn got his last personality trait, and he can be compassionate, arrogant, or callous. Callous would decrease diplomacy and increase tyranny, but he's learning diplomacy, so I don't think that's very good for him. He can be arrogant, or we can keep the compassionate trait. So we already have an arrogant kid, right? Bjorn. So let's keep the compassionate. So we will keep raiding and I bring you guys back if anything happens. And Magnus comes of age. He's a skilled tactician, military engineer, but he only has 12 martial skill. We will need to educate him too in the art of war, like we are doing with Bjorn. And when we are trying to come back from raiding, we are being raided by this dude in the Isles, Chieftain Ardney. We don't have many troops here, but we do have some levies. So let's see if we can get any champion. We can. I don't know if they will be raised because our champions are raised here. So perhaps we can disembark on top of them. Let's see if we can save Valdemar's son. The officials of Demon have gained a reputation for being honest and incorruptible, focusing on what is good for the community and not their own interests. Whether such an assessment is accurate or not, surely it reflects on me and my administration. So we can say good. These officials set an example to us all. And we get a popular opinion and development growth, plus some prestige. And we can analyze their success and apply those lessons elsewhere. Then we get diplomacy, stewardship, and lifestyle experience. Yeah, that sounds really good. We lose 25 gold, but we have a lot of gold. Okay, let's help the chieftain Budley to rebuild his things, but we might be able to catch them. And we did. Super easy battle for us. Let's look for Bjorn. Bjorn didn't fight very well, but let's be honest, there wasn't many people to kill. Overall, I think we did a good job. And we only need 200 more fame. So that's gonna be one more raid, or perhaps a war here. Well, let's see how many troops they can gather. Almost 6,000 troops. That's pretty much the forces we have. But I think we can make it. Let's declare this war. And we can raise our men right here. We will be leading this. There's no way we should allow one of our sons to be in charge in such a war. We got another perk. Let's learn to wash our hands, I mean. And they are disembarking. We should abandon the siege and go for this battle. And we meet them. And with that, the war is over. Just one battle, we captured the enemy. We lost only 100 troops, they lost 2,000 troops. That's mainly because of the disembarkment penalty. The reinforcements weren't able to help them. And I don't think Bjorn is here. Yeah, we have better champions than him. So let's enforce our demands and end this conflict. That's really nice. We should have enough for this. Okay, we just need the Dutch title that we can create. We have the gold. Let's disband our troops and take the decision. Elevate the Kingdom of Men and the Isles. The Isle of Men is uniquely placed to act as a haven for Norse raiders, with easy access to not just the British Isles, but all of Western Europe. All we need is someone to show all good Vikings the way, to realize its potential and pave the island with gold and iron. So our dynasty will get Legacy of Piracy. That means we can raid for next 100 years. Our dynasty also get a bunch of renown. The kingdom becomes the jure liege of the Duke of the Mon. The Mon becomes our capital. We get a bunch of special troops. We become feudal, which is great. All my vessels will also become feudal. We get some building slots. Development will increase by 20, which is great. And we gain these amazing buffs for building in the Mon. So let's do it. to infamy and immortality. As king, you have new duties and responsibilities. You will now be expected to regularly hold court, solving the disputes of the realm, and letting your courtiers take part in your daily routines. Our brother-in-law is looking sternly at me in a direct, almost lecturing way. Perhaps there is also some surprise in his eyes. He starts to unfold a beautiful banner bearing the emblem of House Haesteinn. One of the ways in which the world will now judge your rule is by how you adorn and care for your royal court. I have taken the liberty to have this made as a gift to mark the beginning of your royal tenure. So let them see their new king. A kingdom of pirates. For years I have plied the waterways of the world, reaving, raiding, and raising. I have stolen more gold than most kings will ever see, and my name is cursed from the Irish Sea to Cathay. I am, without question, the most infamous man alive, scourge of the seas, and have poured my loot and reputation into the heavy settling and fortification of the Isle of Man. People across the world decry me as the most evil pirate that they ever heard of, but they have heard of me. We can become the great and terrible or not, and obviously we will get this nickname because it's pretty cool. I am the Lord of Blood and Gold. And that's our very humble court. Let's get our banner there, and it's the only artifact we have. And with that, we will end this episode here. So, guys, if you enjoyed the episode, please leave a like, a comment, that really helps me out. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.